Hey, what's going on, guys? Suareezy here, back at you with another Market Mondays. Again, I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys because we actually have some funny price action going on near our levels that we had drawn out from the prior Market Mondays. So, we'll be actually jumping straight into Bitcoin on the monthly level, just as we do with every other Market Monday. And for those who are new here, if you guys have not checked out any of the Market Mondays, I highly suggest you go back and take a look at them. They break down all these trend lines and trend channels that we have drawn. Um, they break down how to get them, why we draw them, how to utilize them. Um, Pretty in-depth videos. I would highly suggest going forward and watching those first if you guys have not by now. So what we'll do is kind of hop straight into it. And first thing we're going to be looking at is this multi-year trend line because this is the longest indicator that we have drawn. And again, recall that the more time or the more calculated data on bigger time frames are going to be utilized as support resistance a lot heavier than they would be on a smaller time frame. And again, the reason behind that is because there's more data being calculated, meaning more buyers and sellers being interested at particular price points. So we can see that we've been on I mean, 3 months, we've been pretty much straight down. And look at volume tinker off. I mean, that's kind of also the reason we're getting this sell off that's going on. We have no buying pressure coming in to buy us up on the dip. So let's actually go into a weekly chart to see some more candlesticks to see where exactly we're at. And again, on the weekly, we can see there's not really much volume coming in to Bitcoin. Lots of selling pressure, lots of sells going on right now. We can see we're pushing a monthly level that is pretty much right where we're at right now. And we have a potential another one right beneath us. And we're also right near this uh, trend channel or the bottom trend channel as well. So let's go into a daily. And this is where things start to get a little more interesting because we can see that although for the 3 months or however long we've been going down, we're still playing within this channel on a downward move. So it may look like we're going straight down and feel like we're going straight down, but we're really playing within a channel at the end of the day. And the key reason why we draw these channels is because look at this move here. All I'm doing here is calculating the range of the channel that we drew. So this top trend line and this bottom trend line. And I recall saying about 2 weeks ago that Bitcoin was going to have to start making a move because it was getting near this apex point. And I was saying it would be the same move in either direction or the same dollar amount move in either direction wherever we happen to break. So if we broke to the upside, could have been about we could have seen about 37K potentially on this breakout, but we happened to end up breaking down. And again, look how useful this, I mean, concept is. It's just drawing two trend lines. And we can see that we knew if we snapped here, we were going to get the downside move. How big of a downside move were we going to get? About 100% of the trend channel that we had created. So look at this. From our monthly zone where we snapped down to our next monthly zone. And look at the range that we had created. Yeah, we snapped about 3 more grand beneath us. But again, for a ballpark area, knowing this information prior, if you had a heavy size in Bitcoin, this definitely could have helped you out some. And it's kind of really interesting where we're starting to bounce at as well. We're starting to see potential holding as support at this monthly zone. You can see it snapped all the way through, but then we had this one candle that actually wiped out this last candle. So this is kind of telling me, hey, this is could be a potential reversal, but this candlestick is saying, hey, we're rejecting the bottom trend channel as a resistance right now. And it's testing the monthly zone as well. So if we happen to snap beneath that and can't hold above this bottom trend line, that's still bearish news. Um, what we need to get for a potential true reversal is we need more candles, buying candlesticks like this consecutively. Um, the more we get that, the better the chances are for crypto or Bitcoin to start actually getting a true reversal as opposed to getting these hot spikes and then just deflating right after that. So, very key point in Bitcoin. And I would say you can actually start drawing, I'd say, another trend channel within your trend channel. I'm seeing something potentially like this. Um, so I'm seeing potential movements that are just kind of chopping us here for a bit and a breakout of either zone. Again, we're going to want the same move or the size of the trend channels. So let's say we happen to break out, let's say we break out up, which we're retracing right now, but let's say we happen to break out up. If we happen to snap this zone, we could see potentially 24K on Bitcoin. But if we happen to start rejecting and we snap the monthly level, we should start seeing around 17K for Bitcoin. Again, the key thing to get us going is going to be volume. If we can get abnormal volume and consecutively, then we can actually start seeing a potential reversal. Until then, again, I would be drawing my trend lines very heavily and be looking at volume to make potential plays and watch these monthly zones because they should hold pretty decently for either support or resistance, depends how price action is headed towards that zone. So we can see we're going to potentially test to see if this is going to be true support. And if we happen to not hold that, then you can see more potential downside here. So that was going to be the breakdown for Bitcoin. Awesome. So now what we'll be doing is moving over to Ethereum, and we'll be doing the exact same analysis that we had done on Bitcoin. And on ETH, we're actually going to look at the monthly, just like we did with Bitcoin. And again, we have our drawings that were set from the last Market Mondays. So again, same thing with Ethereum, just as Bitcoin, 3 months straight down. Let's go into the weekly, still staying within the channel. Looks like we're going straight down, but again, within the channel. And start to notice with ETH, the monthly levels on ETH are actually starting to hold better as opposed to the ones on Bitcoin. And notice the trend channel is kind of holding better as well here on Ethereum. And also another thing to note is this candlestick that we were talking about. On Bitcoin, it was more even, correct? Um, with ETH, we actually have this candlestick breaking above 100% of this whole candle, which is a bullish sign in candlestick patterns. But again, the key factor to keep it pushing is going to be volume. So we need volume to keep coming in to keep potentially pushing it if it wants to reverse here. But again, if we need, or if it does not get that, we will see reversal at these monthly zones. Because even with ETH, I'm seeing the same thing that we did with Bitcoin, kind of this channel that we have here. And though we're above our bottom trend line that's creating the channel, notice where we're rejecting right now, our monthly zone. And if we happen to reject this monthly zone, we're likely going to retest this monthly zone. Because again, look, we're creating lower highs, which is not a bullish sign. Plus, I mean, this volume is somewhat consistent, but we still need it to keep going, and we need preferably a candle like this to keep it going. So let's do um, the calculation of the range that we're potentially looking for. So if we happen to break out of the monthly zone, ideally we're basically looking for the next monthly zone. It's about $50 off, but I mean, kind of same area around there, same kind of a ballpark zone. And if we happen to snap where we're at, notice where that kind of goes as well. It's kind of funny how these work out so well and calculate so well. These monthlies were drawn, guys, from weeks ago, and we're starting to see price action now respect these breakout patterns. So again, the very, very, very key thing, if we want to see crypto, ETH, Bitcoin, we want to see everything reverse, we have to see volume coming in and major volume coming in. This is consistent to keep us flowing, but we need major, major volume to come in to keep pushing us through, because what we're seeing right now is these pops are getting sold into and they're not sustainable as of right now. So again, make sure you guys draw your trend lines. These are really, really helpful if you guys can start to utilize them in any charting system. And again, you don't have to be sitting here in front of the screen 24 hours a day. You don't honestly even have to care about the crypto space as a whole. If you have any type of holdings in crypto or any of these tickers that we're watching, it's preferred that you kind of check out the charts, because you could care less about what's going on in the markets, but if you know where ETH can potentially make a reversal, that can be something that can be utilized to potentially make a strategy around. And again, we're here to kind of mitigate risk. And the more we can mitigate risk, the longer we can potentially play within the market. And that's kind of the goal, to live to play another day. So, again, guys, I hope you guys really take something out of this and draw your trend lines. They're simple. All you do is click. So, if you guys have any questions, please, please, please do not be afraid to reach out. And I'm so happy to get this video to you guys. We should be seeing some volatile moves coming up within the next 2 weeks. We have some interesting fundamental news that will be coming out in the general markets. So until next week, guys, I will catch you until then. And you guys stay safe. Thank you guys for being here. And I will catch you guys on next week's Market Mondays.